Welcome to 2014. We are so very happy to start a new year, and we absolutely thank Dove for its immense contribution to the community for its women's issues. We advocate on behalf of Dove to keep on supporting issues on women's violence and support their children, their homes, educate the women. Thanks to Dove, and a happy 2014.
And what we decided to do at the beginning of this year is nutrition is very important to all of us, and I guess we went on a little holiday and put on a little bit weight, and we decided that we should begin this year with nutrition. We have a nutrition on our show today. Her name is Suvosree. She's a registered and licensed dietitian and nutritionist. So we're going to see what we can do to help us and help the community here to better look after ourselves and lose the little weight that we have put on.
Including us.
Including us, definitely.
Looking forward to 2014. Hope you're with us and hope you enjoy our shows. Hi, I'm Esha. Happy 2014. This is my New Year's presentation to you from Faces of South Asia. I was in Venice this year on the 1st, and I thought I would bring the flavor of Italy and Venice to you. So I bought a tapestry which I'm using as a runner for my table. It's a picture of Venice. I have my champagne, my candles, and horses from Murano. That's an island off of Venice. And the horses are made handmade glass, hand-blown glass. And the horses specifically are, because I was in St. Mark's Basilica, that's like the Times Square of Venice. And that's where you have the horses in the Doge's Palace, which is next to the Basilica. There are 4 bronze horses. And so I thought I would bring 2 of them back home in glass, which I did, to present to you. I have the mask for him and for her. This is used because it has the picture of Venice inlaid in the cheek of the mask. And as the new year approaches, they wear the mask and they dance just like we do in Times Square. And my dessert is ready. I'm looking forward to 2014 and to present many tables and have a happy and a wonderful and a blessed new year. Thank you.
Hi, Esha.
Thank you for having Faces of South Asia. This is Sophie.
Hi, Suvosree. Thank you very much. To you too.
Thank you. Suvosree is a registered, licensed dietitian, nutritionist in the greater Boston area of Massachusetts, and she is here to introduce us to the Southeast Asia and South Asia cuisine. So Suvosree, please introduce yourself as to how did you choose the Southeast Asia and South Asian cuisine to serve the people?
Well, Southeast and South Asian people, they have very rich culture. Their traditional diets are very rich. They have an excellent choice of foods. So in today's world, when we don't have enough time to cook and shop, when we mostly rely on fast food, I think this is a good time to look back at our traditional food habits, and our traditional recipes from where we can be benefited if we follow them. So I thought it would be a good idea if I could bring it in front of everybody. So that was my intention.
It's a fabulous intention, especially, but what I have noted that Southeast Asia as well as South Asians, we don't like to leave our comfort food. We don't like to step outside, so diet becomes an issue. So maybe you can see that what did you think how would you go ahead and address this issue? Also, I wanted to let you know that we are planning to do this whole diet session with Suvosree in different segments. It was a plan by Soph and me to start 2014 with the diet issue, as because Southeast Asia and South Asia has got, for the diets, a lot of cardiac problems, diabetes. What else do you think are?
I think this problem is not only with South and Southeast Asian people. This is a huge problem in US today, because if you see, not only the adults, even the little children, they are the victims of obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, all those things. So I think we should know what should be our ideal diet, actually what to eat and how much to eat. There comes portion control also. If you go to the restaurants, you will see that the portion size is huge. So that's an issue too. So I think that all of us, being an American, being in the, in this country, we have to look after these things, and we should know what is a good diet, what is a balanced diet. And I'd like to discuss about this in this series, and then I'll take you to our journey towards South and Southeast Asian cuisine.
That's wonderful. So please start with what you have taught as the concept of, as you were mentioning us before, the salad bowl concept.
Well, so in US, we can compare it as a salad bowl. As we see in a salad bowl, there are different ingredients like cucumber, tomato, lettuce, olives, though it's a salad, but all of these ingredients have their distinct characteristics, distinct taste. Similarly, we are in US is like a salad bowl. We have come here from different countries, but all these different people, they have their own distinctive characteristics, they have their tradition, they have their own diet. So I think if we could explore this, each and every diet, we should be benefited.
What a great idea. I really never thought of this way, that she put in as it's a salad bowl and each one is an individual
entity. Exactly.
Yes, that's wonderful. So how long have you been doing this?
I have been doing this. I am in the field of nutrition for more than 7 years. So, but in Boston area, I am working for last 3-4 years. So, and I have seen a lot of people, a lot of Southeast Asian, South Asian people, not only them, even other US citizens also, they have these problems in today's world, So I think this is a perfect time to look back at our traditional cooking methods. If we could find something which really benefits us, instead of depending on hamburger or hot dogs or donuts, if we could cook, if we could manage our time, hopefully we will be benefited.
True. We have another issue with the South Asian. We do have a big vegetarian population. Are you aware?
Yes, I do aware. They have a lot of questions that what they should eat as a source of their protein, So, we could address that population also, because Asian diet, South and Southeast Asian diet, those are rich in various protein sources. Maybe we don't know, that's why we ask those questions. But if we could explore this, if we could let everybody know that we have a rich source of protein, in our diet, then of course these vegetarian people will be benefited.
Perfect. But it's also Southeast Asia, and South Asia is a rice-growing country, as you know. And once it's a rice-growing country, a lot of stuff is made with rice. And as we know that too much rice has starch, carbohydrates packed in it.
Yeah.
What is your view on this?
Not only rice is the source of carbohydrate, even wheat. Whenever you are eating a donut or a hamburger, the bun, everything, all these are the source of carbohydrate. But the good thing with rice is that rice is least allergen. So if you have rice, it doesn't mean that we put on weight, but you need to concentrate on the portion, how much you are eating. this is the same with how much you are eating a hamburger, fries, all this. So I think now we need to focus on what we eat as well as how much we need to eat on that.
Wow, this is amazing, because we always thought that rice, if we eat, then you put on weight. But as you see what Suvosree said, is it's not the rice, but it's the portion.
How much, exactly.
So what do you do actually when somebody comes to you and asks, they want to go on a healthy diet? What do you start off with? Like, how do you proceed as a nutritionist? What would you tell them? Like, how do you go about doing it?
Well, as a healthy diet to me is a balanced diet. A balanced diet is what? Where you will get all the essential nutrients, like your carbohydrates, like your proteins, your fat, your vitamins, minerals, fluids, everything. So a good diet doesn't mean that I'm omitting something, any of these nutrients, like either protein or carbohydrates, but I'm incorporating everything as a balanced diet. Because to become healthy, you have to have all these nutrients, because all these nutrients together provide you a good health, So I think we need to focus on a balanced diet instead of dieting.
Maybe then in future you can say that how we can, or if you have time, how we start our day with breakfast. What should we eat, or what kind of breakfast, keeping in mind of the entire nation, is how do we start the day, then how do we do a quick lunch, and how do we go for, or is it necessary every 3 hours we need to eat something, small portions, to keep our balanced diet? That would perhaps direct our people and us also to say what we should eat.
Sure, that would be a great idea. We can continue with those questions. Even we will accept questions from our audience also, if they have anything specific to know from me. And sure, we will start with that what to eat, how much to eat, how many times a day to eat, all these questions. Sure.
I have one more question, is when we go to Southeast Asia, South Asia, a lot of us are not always sitting on cars, we are walking, or we are on buses, or or maybe there is a huge population is sitting on cars. Don't you see that it's the same in United States, and somehow we are not moving enough even after we need portion control? That could be another reason for obesity.
Yes, there are so many factors for obesity, not only food, but food is one of the factors. Food, your genetic, that's another reason, and also exercise, physical activity. Yeah, that's very, very important in today's world. Along with food, balanced diet, portion control, you have to exercise regularly to become healthy.
Perfect. And so, do you have a question? I'm
No.
sorry.
No, not at all. It's very interesting to see what you're saying. I mean, with our diet, we have different foods. Like, we don't eat. Maybe a lot of South Asians don't eat, maybe cereals, or they have what you usually eat, like rotis or puris and stuff.
Right.
So we have to control what we are eating at that time. Because you were saying you just came back from India, and myself too. I just came back from India, and I know that we sort of eat a lot, because people are eating. Everything is like concentrated on eating.
Exactly.
And that was really scary. Like, coming back home, and I'm like, oh my god, what do I do now? It's interesting to see. I think the major what I got out of what you're saying is also portion control.
That's the main thing, exactly. Because when we go to our country, or to visit some other countries, we always love to eat the special cuisines from that particular place. But the thing is that we are in a vacation mode, so we don't do the exercise part along with that. So that could be a reason for gaining more weight, when we come back from the vacation. But yes, portion control, we need to remember the portion control always. You can eat whatever you like,
Right.
But in moderation.
Exactly. Sweets, I think, is probably my weakness.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of weakness with that, I think, with sweets and stuff. But maybe you can tell us what would be a healthy way instead of sweets, maybe fruits, I guess. the local foods.
But
we have.
exactly that's the point I brought to Suvosree, is we are not going to, not you and me, but most of the population are not going to stay away from those sweets. Most of the population are not going to stay away from the fish curry or the chicken curry or that beautiful potato curry. So delicious potato curry. Now tell me that how do you make that population stay with the same kind of food, the same sweet? Let's say yes, we like to eat the cheese, the wonderful barfis and peras and all those good puddings, rice puddings and all of that. So we're not going to leave that. You can't make me leave all that food.
I know.
Now you have to find out a way.
Being a South Asian, I love these dishes too. Those are my favorite. The thing is that you don't have to leave anything. You can eat in moderation. That's the mantra. You can eat whatever you want to, but eat in moderation and also do a little exercise. It will help you. If you want to have a bowl of rice pudding, that's fine. You can have that. And also in our traditional cooking method, we put too much sugar. So instead, we have so many sweeteners, so many other sources of sweeteners, which we can use to restrict our calories, calorie consumption. So there are ways which we can discuss in details in our later, following series.
What is your take on the sweetness? I know like some sweets that people are making now is with Splendor, say, and stuff like this. What is your opinion actually?
Okay, for sweets, I would suggest have the sweet as it is, but in moderation.
I agree. Yeah, it's like instead of going with the
if you are suppose
the sweetness, you need just to use sugar.
Yeah, if you are eating the sweet for an occasion, for once in a week, that's fine. You are taking one piece of that sweet, that's fine. But yeah, if you have really the sweet tooth, if you are eating every day a bowl of rice pudding or something like that, maybe pera, maybe rasgullas every day, in that case you need to be aware of the calorie, the sugar, and you can use any artificial sweeteners to make it sweeter.
In our future segments, like you mentioned, we will perhaps bring in rice and you will say how much rice we should eat, how much dal we should eat, how much sambar we should eat. This way the correct measurements that we will have.
Exactly, we can show you, the household measurements and how to control the portions. What should we call one serving?
Yes.
Suppose this is a cup, should we call one serving to this or maybe a smaller cup?
Right, that's true.
So
these cups are quite big. So
exactly. So this is not one serving.
Right. No, because I know a rule of thumb is even if you have, say, meat and stuff, it shouldn't be more than your
palm size. Exactly.
So is the rice portion also the same?
Kind of. There are small bowls. The usual bowl which we use at our house. Those are the 1/3 of that would be your one portion of rice.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, in our following series we can bring those. We can bring different utensils. We can show them how much to eat, what ingredients, and what should be their portion.
I think that's great because once you know whether I should have 2 dosas in the morning or to have 5 at least in the morning, or 2 parathas, or gobi parathas, or aloo parathas.
Exactly, we love them.
So Suvosree is going to guide us to say we are going to have only these many rotis, parathas and all. And soon after that, how much we put the calories all together by the end of the day, and then we can also show the gym factor is what's needed to burn the South Asian, because our bodies are different to the other Caucasian bodies. So, and that's how we will go from there.
Sure.
Is there anything you would like to add, Suvosree?
I just wanted to say you can still have your gobi parathas or your aloo parathas. Maybe instead of 3, you can have 1 and add some fruits with this. So in that way you can control, you can balance your calorie as well as the taste.
We have the perfect nutritionist who's going to let me have my gobi parathas, my aloo parathas, and the sweets, the mithais. Yeah. She's going to cut on our portions. It's so nice to have you, Suvosree.
Thank you, Ishita, and thank you,
Thank
Sophie.
you very much. Faces of South Asia, and we will continue our segment every week with a little of nutrition.
Hi,
So we are here in Leah's house.
So she's prepared a dish for us, and we are having a nutritionist who's going to also share with us what the benefits are. Here she is, Suvosree.
Hi everyone. Hi Leah. Hi Esha. And hi Sophie.
Hello. Okay.
So Leah, would you like to tell us about your traditional Indonesian food? How do you eat?
Sure. Each area in Indonesia, it has its own traditional food.
Okay.
But most people in Indonesia, they eat rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay.
But the rice itself, it could be in a wide variation forms. Like could be like regular steamed rice, like we found in Chinese restaurant, or fried rice, or
Like
rice.
pancake. Do you have that kind of a recipe too, with the rice that's like made flat and stuff like?
No,
No,
we
not
don't
that
have
way.
it.
Okay.
I know what you mean. I saw in my friends who's from India.
Right.
Yeah, and then we have like a rice porridge. It looks like a rice pudding, kind of like that. And then we also have rice cake. We call it lontong. It looks like that.
Okay, so is it lontong?
Yeah, we call
Okay.
it lontong.
So it's a rice cake. So how do you make it, Leah?
Traditionally, we use the rice we put in the banana leaves. We roll and we boil for a long time. But now it's kind of modern. They sell in the United States in Asian store, so you can find something like this. So they put in the plastic now.
Okay.
The rice and we boil 1 hour.
Oh.
Then it will be like.
So you don't use like the rice cooker to make the rice and stuff. You usually like boil it in.
The main we eat, we still eat like regular rice,
Rice,
but
right.
sometimes we bored.
Okay.
We are boring. We
Okay.
are bored, so we make modification form of the rice.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah, it's another way of eating the same
Right,
rice.
exactly.
Because we eat 3 times a day: morning,
I see.
lunch, and
Dinner.
Yes.
So the morning breakfast, is that steamed rice usually, or porridge kind of a rice?
Yeah, you are right. The most common Indonesian breakfast is like a rice porridge,
Okay.
but we make it not sweet. We make it savory.
Oh, savory. Okay.
So we use like what the name? The chicken broth. We cook with chicken broth.
Okay.
So it's like porridge. Then we use a little bit chicken meat, something like that. Another common Indonesian breakfast is fried rice.
Fried rice.
Yeah, but we make really simple fried rice for breakfast. So we just use whatever left rice from dinner, and then we add whatever vegetables we have in the refrigerator, and then we use a little olive oil.
Wow.
Then somebody who wants more protein, they add the scrambled egg and sliced cucumber. So it's really simple.
Oh, good. So it's a combination of carbohydrates, protein,
Yeah.
and vegetables. That's great.
Yeah.
So Leah, this is for your breakfast. So what do you have for lunch?
For lunch, the most common we eat for lunch like a salad is gado-gado.
Okay.
It's made from the boiled vegetable and we serve with the peanut dressing.
Wow. So do you eat gado-gado with rice?
You can,
Okay.
but it's not common in. Yeah, we eat with rice, but not just like regular steamed rice. We use lontong as a carbohydrate supply, or we can submit with the boiled potato.
I see. So instead of having it with rice, you are putting rice cake in it,
Yes,
right?
that's true.
Oh, that's a nice way. Yeah, it's wonderful.
A lot of vegetarians in Indonesia, or as everybody usually eat rice? But I know a lot of people are going vegan right now.
Yeah.
Everybody is going trying to be healthy.
I think in Indonesia, maybe like 30% vegan, vegetarian.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
a big
That's a good piece of
amount.
information.
Yeah, it's like maybe 30%.
So as a nutritionist, what did you think with the food habits of the Indonesian continent?
As Leah has mentioned that they have 3 times rice. But Leah, do you have any snack in between?
It's not common in our country.
Okay.
Maybe just like afternoon tea, like 4 o'clock. So we eat breakfast between 7 and 9, and then lunch 12
Okay.
to 1, and then dinner 7 o'clock. So
Okay.
around 4 o'clock, we have like only tea or like fried banana.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that's for. before lunch. Before
Is that
midnight.
like sweet, like when you have fried bananas?
Yeah,
That's sort of
yeah.
sweet. So what have you prepared for us for today?
I prepare gado-gado. It's the most famous Indonesian food. Many American people know it. I have best friend they really like this one. That's why I share this recipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so nice of you to share it with us.
Thank you.
So, would you like to show us how did you prepare it?
Yeah, sure. Gado-gado. We call it in Indonesian. Gado-gado means mix,
Okay.
fusion, and also blend because it's made from many kind of vegetables. You can use whatever vegetables you like. And then the difference is here. It's boiled different with American salad. We love to boil or steam them or blanch them a little bit. So, and then we also serve with peanut dressing.
Dressings?
Yeah.
So, what are the vegetables you used here?
Yeah, like I said, we can use whatever vegetable we like, but since we live here, so I try to find the Asian vegetables that is easy to find in our area.
Okay.
So I use the bean sprouts we can find at Stop and Shop now, and then straight cabbage, white
Okay.
cabbage. This is spinach,
Okay.
and this is coyote.
Coyote, that is squash.
Yeah,
Coyote. I've never heard of coyote. It's a different kind of squash.
Yeah, in South and Southeast Asian countries, it's very common.
Okay.
It's a pear-shaped squash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be tasting some food and seeing how we will eat this. Good. It looks really tasty.
Yeah.
And it's good to know. Like I really had no idea what Indonesian food is. Thank you so much, Leah, for having us here.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that nutrition program and our nutritionist Suvosree. We are looking forward to do some more episodes, portion controls, and also food from all parts of South Asia that we can count calories, the breakfast, the lunch, the snack, the dinner. That way we can put together dishes, hopefully to see 2014 a healthy year, but also to support women, because when you're healthy, you're strong. When you're strong, you think better and you don't feel depressed of your weight. So it all is a way of contributing to the woman, to the men, to the community for a better health.
And the next show will be on Valentine, which is all about love, and also how to eat healthy, because we do want to kick off this year with health issues, and also with showing people how to eat, what to eat and what not to eat. So I hope you like our program. This year is going to be a big kickoff.
Something special on Valentine's Day also, Soph, that we were thinking is Valentine's Day is meant for love. Love is not an abuse. Just like Dove, when I was taking the classes in Dove, I learned that Valentine's Day or love is not something you have to do. It's respect from both sides. So we will talk a little bit more on behalf of what I learned as a Dove advocate on love and how women are abused in the name of love, and also have a wonderful Valentine's Day presentation. Looking forward to our next show.
We'll see you next time.
From Faces of South Asia, I'm Esha.
And I'm Soph. We'll see you
Thank
next
you.
time. Bye-bye.